So let me get this straight. People are having a fit about Sydney. I see posts all the time saying white girls cannot braid their hair because it's a black thing. Yet Beyonce can try and look like a white girl. And that's okay. This is the deal. We will give y'all braids. And what else would you like? Would you like to say ends? We'll give you braids. You get the ability to say ends. You can just rap all the songs and you ain't got to worry about it. We'll give you want BET? We give you BET. You can have all of that. All you have to sacrifice is control of our political media and financial power structures. That's all. Yeah, that's all you gotta give up. It can all be yours. And the fact that you wouldn't even think about taking that deal is how we all know you're full of. Hey, shout out to all of the subscribers and members here on the channel. Don't forget to like the video. I'm Reese Waters, and this is Racist of the Week, where we highlight the stupidity and hypocrisy of discrimination in hopes we can build a more perfect union. And also laugh. As usual, I would like to thank today's sponsor, Racism. Of course, if you have any nominees, you can drop them in the comments. You can email me at admin@reesewaters.com. Today's nominee, American Eagle and Megyn Kelly. Yeah, that's right. I do have a dedicated Megyn Kelly jersey now because I've done enough videos. Also, I think it fits because like Jim Kelly, she can never get over the hump. You know, every time things look good, they find a way to fall apart. Now, I hadn't seen fit to address this before. And no, it wasn't residual love for American Eagle because those were the only jeans and t-shirts that I could afford for $20 when I would go to the St. Charlestown Mall. No, that is not it. Sydney Sweeney's new campaign draws fire for racial undertones. American Eagle's new fall campaign starring Sydney Sweeney is under fire, not for the jeans, but for the tagline, Sydney Sweeney has great jeans. The phrase used in bold on billboards in Times Square in Las Vegas was designed as a denim pun, but online, many saw something else. Great jeans, a phrase historically used to celebrate whiteness, thinness, and attractiveness. This makes this campaign seem to be a tone-deaf marketing move. And it's not like they were being subtle about it. One campaign advertisement literally has Sweeney painting over the words great jeans to become great jeans. Now let's make one thing clear. American Eagle knew exactly what they were doing. Let's not pretend that American Eagle didn't know exactly what they were doing. So you mean to tell me they decide to put that ad campaign in this media climate where we are seeing the eradication and elimination of all manner of pride in disenfranchised communities, elimination of DEI, and the explosion of offensive right-wing pro-white rhetoric online, while we have a right-wing administration that looks to clamp down on anybody that might try and celebrate diversity. You think great jeans was just a coincidence? Is that what we think? That would be like somebody not knowing the difference between people of color and colored people in 2025.
I owe my followers, my community, and all of social media an apology.
It was literally right there. And by the way, this was a smashing success for American Eagle. Fox News blitzes airwaves with Sydney Sweeney coverage amid Epstein scandal. Trump's favorite network mentioned in Euphoria actress over 700 times in a week, according to CNN. And then you have this. Trump weighed in on Sydney Sweeney ad and American Eagle's stock soared. The president twice remarked on American Eagle's provocative ad campaign, praising its star Sydney Sweeney, which appeared to boost the brand's stock price. So what are the chances? What are the chances that we put out an ad campaign about good jeans and the right wing, definitely not racist president decides to post about it while taking a shot at other woke companies. You know, sometimes you just come up aces, huh? Now, this was a bit weird to me on a couple of fronts. One, the fact that having good genes is something you have nothing to do with. Your genes is the one thing, as much as we can't agree on anything, genes is the one thing that nobody has ever challenged they willingly have any hand in. So it's a weird thing to brag about. And I wouldn't expect MAGA and the right wings to be deep thinkers on this, but in the same ways that Trump hates when you bring up the $400 million that was in his baby bassinet that he had nothing to do with. He hates when you bring that up because it takes away any credit you might give him for what he has done with that $400 million. Likewise, genes sitting there and staring boldly and arrogantly into the camera about your genes is a very, very weird flex. Like, I can't, like, you might as well take us home to your apartment and be like, hey, look all this that I got nothing to do with. You know what I mean? I got nothing. It just popped up. You know what I mean? But you know, I'm like that. You know what I mean? I'm definitely like that. Which, by the way, I can't put past that being something that's come out of Trump's mouth, by the way. Now, he did, in fact, see fit to speak on this because, God forbid, he resist a racial controversy, right? I mean, we haven't heard from Beyonce or Oprah or Obama or the MLK family in quite some time. We need, Charlemagne the God. We get to shoot. So we took a shot at Charlemagne the God.
Dog here today for Monday, August 4th goes to President Donald J. Trump. Now, if you haven't heard, I was on Lara Trump's show, My View, on Fox this past weekend. Drop one of the clues bombs for Lara Trump.
Pretty soon, he's going to be watching Tubi for black people to take shots at. So naturally, he had to weigh in on this, and it was every bit as out of pocket as you would expect. Sydney Sweeney, a registered Republican, has the hottest ad out there. It's for American Eagle, and the jeans are flying off the shelves. Go get them, Sydney. On the other side of the ledger, Jaguar did a stupid and seriously woke advertisement that is a total disaster. The CEO just resigned in disgrace, and the company's in absolute turmoil. Who wants to buy a Jaguar after looking at that disgraceful ad? Shouldn't they have learned a lesson from Bud Light, which went woke and essentially destroyed in a short campaign the company? The market cap destruction has been unprecedented, with billions of dollars so foolishly lost. Or just look at woke singer Taylor Swift. Ever since I alerted the world as to what she was saying on Truth, that I can't stand her, hate, she was booed out of the Super Bowl and became, in all caps, no longer hot. The tide has seriously turned. Being woke is for losers. Being Republican is what you want to be. Thank you for your attention to this matter. And I would like to refer this message to all of the people that like to slam cancel culture. Let's go ahead and refer them over to that. I would also like to refer this message over to all of the people concerned about AI, because apparently he thinks a video of Taylor Swift getting booed out of the Super Bowl was real. And then I would like to refer this over to all of the Epstein deniers in MAGA. My man has no longer hot and the hottest ad out there in all caps. I have never tweeted about a woman's jeans ad on my way to an interstate meeting to discuss the handling of the Epstein fiasco. That's nasty work.
This is nasty, egregious work.
I would also like to say, I've never had to call in people from all across the country to meet and develop a plan to tell the truth. That is also something that has never happened. But the one reason why this was weird is, as I mentioned, jeans is not really something that anybody would want to brag about any more than they would want to brag about an inheritance. But the second reason why it's a little bit weird is because if you take the racial component out of it, right? Forget the blonde hairs and the blue eyes. Just the idea of genes being a prerequisite for your genes. Just as somebody that has a daughter, I would hate to have her thinking about her genes and the ramifications of her genes while I walk around with a front porch. It's just severely limiting to the market for your fashion. So it would not be a logical choice if not for it to trigger the racial grievance of the lowest MAGAs. And when we're talking about the racial grievance of the lowest MAGAs, you know Megyn Kelly had to come calling, right? Very pathetic. Megyn Kelly's Beyonce rant and Sydney Sweeney praise sparked backlash over one overlooked detail. Beyonce has once again found herself in the crosshairs of conservative commentator Megyn Kelly. What? Beyonce? Now, what did Beyonce do? Now, another name that's been added to this goblet of fire, and that of music's reigning queen, Beyonce. A section of social media users has been comparing Sweeney's stint to that of the country singer's Levi's campaign that she did back in February. The collaboration promoted the second chapter of Beyonce's and Levi's reimagining campaign titled Pool Hall. In the picture going viral across social media, Beyonce can be seen in an all denim avatar and an embroidered jacket, strappy vest and jeans, striking an eerily similar pose to Sweeney. Ever since Beyonce's ad went viral, people have been targeting her for trying to appropriate American culture with blonde hair. Ah, okay. I got it. So they found this is where the conspiracy theorists get active. You know, I think ever since Congress is out of session, they've been a little bit bored while they're waiting for the next nonsense statement from Trump about Epstein coming soon. And I mean real soon.
Here's the man right here.
I saw a report today, and it's completely fake news. We're not meeting to talk about the Epstein situation, and I think the reporter who reported it needs to get better sources.
On that, look, the whole thing is a hoax. It's put out by the Democrats because we've had the most successful 6 months in the history of our country. And that's just a way of trying to divert attention to something that's total bullshit.
But in the meantime, they need something to do with the crayons, so they just started drawing lines. I get it. But Kelly didn't hold back. This is the opposite of the Sydney Sweeney ad. Quite clearly, there is nothing natural about Beyonce. Everything from her image to her fame to her success to her look below is bought and paid for. Screams artificial, fake, enhanced, trying too hard. Now, that's an interesting take. Is she under the impression that American Eagle has no promotional budget? Because if they just asking Sydney Sweeney if they just come into her house and shooting her when she first wakes up in American Eagle jeans that she slept in, then that stock should take a hit. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be rising like that if they don't got no more money to put into the ad. Kelly's latest dig at Beyonce adds fuel to an already heated history. In 2024, she made headlines when she criticized Beyonce for, quote, playing victim after the singer featured clips of Kelly's past criticisms in her Cowboy Carter tour visuals. Kelly dismissed Beyonce's presence in country music entirely, calling her, quote, another one of the most privileged, beloved women in the world. What really hurts you is the beloved, isn't it? It's really the beloved that really, that really sticks you. And by the way, since you're criticizing her for playing victim, exactly what is all of this white grievance that you like to post about ad nauseum, about how it's okay to be white? Yeah, the whole blue eyes thing. It's time we celebrate. Exactly what would that be? I'm going to need you to describe that, not using the words playing and victim. Now, while Kelly dismissed Beyonce's presence in country music, she continued to break records. Her album Act 2, Cowboy Carter, became the first by a black woman to top the Billboard Country Albums chart. How about that? It also reached number 1 on the All Genres Billboard 200. How about that? Marking her 8th consecutive album to do so while smashing streaming records on Spotify and Amazon Music. Megyn Kelly, can you criticize my YouTube channel? Can you yeah. Troubled Waters. And also, Street Politics, Who Raised Y'all, and Races of the Week. Just hit all, and matter of fact, my live, Reese Waters Run Deep. Can you criticize? Cause I'm trying to rise up the chart. So seem like that's fueling a lot of commerce right now, going antithetical to what you think. Social media quickly pushed back on Kelly's critique, pointing out she missed the bigger picture that Beyonce's success comes from real talent and hard work, not just a polished image. Comparing her to Sydney Sweeney as fake versus natural ignores that both use professional styling. One user, quote, "This is the most childish thing I've ever seen. So if the white girl gets an ad, the black girl has to have one too, tit for tat." Ooh, that's gonna age badly. That's gonna age badly. And guess what? It did. Another clap back. This advertising campaign came out before Sydney Sweeney's ad, "You Turnip." More turnip slander. A third user added, "Your decades-long obsession with Beyonce is very pathetic." While another user pointed out her enduring legacy, "This is pure hater energy. Beyonce has been successful for over 30 years, and she proves time and time again while she's remained a cultural icon for that entire period." But not all comments bash the political talking head, also critiquing the Run the World singer. One person wrote, "I have to ask, why is it okay for Beyonce, who presents herself as a proud black woman, in quotes, to dye her hair platinum blonde?" Another said, "So let me get this straight. People are having a fit about Sydney. I see posts all the time saying white girls cannot braid their hair because it's a black thing, yet Beyonce can try and look like a white girl, and that's okay." Ooh, put me in. Put me in. I love this. I absolutely love this. Okay, so this is the deal. This is the deal. We will give y'all braids. And what else would you like? Would you like to say ends? We'll give you braids. You get the ability to say ends. You can just rap all the songs and you ain't got to worry about it. What else would you like? Would you like access to the fans from where them fans at? We'll give y'all all of that. All you have to sacrifice. We'll give you want BET? We give you BET. You can have all of that. All you have to sacrifice is control of our political media and financial power structures. That's all. Yeah, that's all you gotta give up. It can all be yours. It can all be yours.
You serious?
And the fact that you wouldn't even think about taking that deal is how we all know you're full of bleep. Meanwhile, Beyonce's Levi's campaign appears to be paying off. Industry analysts credit the ad with boosting Levi's global reach and sales, especially among younger multicultural consumers. According to the New York Post, the celebrity-driven spike was seen far before the summer campaign. In the spring, Levi's reported that the singer's endorsement led to a 9% increase in the brand's global organic growth, according to Adweek. And by the way, I applaud consumers for rewarding people's use of our image in this particular way, in this particular context, in this particular landscape, as well it should be. Kelly, for her part, continues to use her platform to criticize almost any cultural shift she disagrees with, remaining a polarizing voice in conservative media. Well, that's an interesting use of the word polarizing. It really is. I never knew polarizing to mean utter garbage. I took out the polarizing last week. I took out the polarizing and they didn't pick it up. Hopefully they get the polarizing this week. This is the same woman that once tried to argue that Santa was black and really got in her feelings about it.
So in Slate, they have a piece on .com. Santa Claus should not be a white man anymore. By the way, for all you kids watching at home, Santa just is white.
In an email to staff released by NBC News, Kelly writes in part, "I realize now that such behavior is indeed wrong, and I am sorry. The history of blackface in our culture is abhorrent, the wounds too deep. I've never been a PC kind of person, but I understand that we do need to be more sensitive in this day and age."
Jesus was a white man, too.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
This the same lady who tried to attack Kamala Harris for rumors about her past after talking about how much that damaged her own career, had us all waking up in cold sweats thinking about Brit Hume with no shirt on.
I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I did not think she was an idiot. I now think she's a moron. She's not that smart. Forgive me. I'm still one of those people who gets wooed by titles. I'm like, she was the Attorney General of the state of California. You know, like, how dumb could she be? Like, dumb. The answer is very, very dumb is the answer.
This the same lady who tried to tell the Trump campaign to clean up the misogyny after that event at Madison Square Garden. Not stop being sexist or be better to women. Just clean up the misogyny, for the election so you can get in office and then do your dirt.
Trump was not well served by those around him last night. It wasn't a Nazi rally. All that's nonsense. But I'm telling you, even for me, and I voted for Donald Trump last week, it was too brotastic. Okay? It was. You're trying to win an election in which you're hemorrhaging female voters. Maybe when you present in front of hundreds, thousands at least, at Madison Square Garden, you clean up the bro talk just a little so you don't alienate women.
This the same lady who tried to tell Caitlyn Clark to shut up and dribble after she tried to disavow their racist nonsense. Yeah, let's restate this. When even Caitlyn Clark tried to call them out for being, what was it? Turnips. When even Caitlyn Clark called out their turnip behavior.
Caitlyn, I know you mentioned that, you want to focus straight on basketball. Definitely respect that. But when, just asking you directly, when people use your name for racism, misogyny, whatever, what is your response to that specifically?
Yeah, I think it's disappointing. I think, everybody in our world, deserves the same amount of respect. The women on our league deserve the same amount of respect. So people should not be using my name to push those agendas. It's disappointing. It's not acceptable. But yeah, this league is the league I grew up admiring and wanting to be a part of. Like, some of the women in this league were my biggest idols and role models growing up and helped me want to achieve this moment right here that I get to play in every single night. So just treating every single woman in this league with the same amount of respect, I think is just a basic human thing that everybody should do. Like, just be a kind person and treat them, how you would want to be treated. And I think it's, very simple.
They told her, stop speaking about who you are and what you represent, because we know better.
If Caitlyn Clark really felt uncomfortable in the spotlight as the newbie who's white, because white people didn't build the league, she wouldn't have said yes to being Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year. So either walk the walk or don't.
This the same lady who tried to call out Jasmine Crockett for being educated. Tried to call her out, but they can't get... Is she ghetto or is she cosplaying? What exactly, is she too educated to act like that? What exactly is it? And by the way, wherever you come out on that, right? If you want to say that she's too educated to be behaving like this, then I would love to see your criticisms of your fellow right-wingers, either for being racist, for calling her ghetto, or stupid for falling for the act. I haven't seen any of that. That's weird, Megyn Kelly. That's weird. You concluded that she's actually too educated, and don't think it's lost on me how that can be used as a weapon against us as well. We can either be too ghetto or too educated. It's just whatever. We just will find a way to say stuff. So it's a little bit weird that she's too educated, but I don't see you calling out any of the people that are questioning that. That's a little odd. And by the way, how's this for educated, Megyn Kelly?
Listen, Donald Trump is a piece of shit. Okay, we know that. Yes, yes. He is. But in a functioning democracy, he still would not be able to get away with this. But he's been able to get away with this because the House Republicans are complicit. He's been able to get away with this because Senate Republicans are complicit. But most importantly, the courts, especially the Supreme Court, is complicit. And so I think one of the places that we have to start is we are absolutely, they are the highest court in the land, and they have no ethics guardrails. Now you go down to the lower courts and they do. How much sense does that make? When we know that they're taking money, we have the paper trail, and they refuse to put guardrails on themselves, so it's time for us to do it for them.
This is the same lady who tried to dunk on Chelsea Clinton when she was trying to get help for the folks that were suffering from the floods in Texas. And as bad as that was, she's actually doubled down on the inhumanity, questioning the starvation in Gaza.
Well, I'm always reluctant to put too much stock in the images coming out of Gaza, that phrase, because they're manipulated and they're masters of propaganda, and they're fine having their own children starve just as long as they can put them on camera and show them off to the world.
Oh, fuck that shit.
Now, Megyn Kelly, I know you have been in this situation many times before. I know you probably expect it, and maybe you planned it that way. I guess any attention is good attention. They finna drag you. I'm telling you that. There's nothing natural about Beyonce. Everything about her look is bought and paid for. OMFG, zero self-awareness, Megyn. Zero. Ugh. She should have scrubbed that off the internet before she pressed send. Literally all photos before yesterday. No one knows trying too hard like Megyn. Trash represents trash. Oh, she got that polarizing on. I like that polarizing outfit she got. Bitch, please. Oh, they went back to the high school joints.
Bling, bling, bling. Bitches is mad.
I've seen Megyn Kelly up close and I've seen Beyonce up close, and I can guarantee you that one of them is pale, frail, and plastic looking, and it damn sure ain't Beyonce. Beyonce's natural looks blow Kelly away. Y'all, it ain't even close. Megyn is just jealous of B. Shout out to Roland Martin. Are you the one who still kisses Trump's ass even though he repeatedly tried to humiliate you on national television? Ah, yes. I believe these are the final stages of Pick Me. She sees the end coming. Beyonce's dominated for 30 years. If you could buy that, you would have and wouldn't need her for attention. You can't comprehend a black woman being powerful, beautiful, and accomplished through hard work. Meanwhile, you're tweeting from the couch of your second canceled show. Yikes. I would like to say, I apologize to Jim Kelly, who I do love and admire, for being brought into this. He deserved better. He really did. I'm still going to use the jersey though, because it fits. Megyn, the irony of calling Beyonce artificial while building your entire career on curated outrage, blonde ambition, and political pandering is astounding. Beyonce is a global icon with unmatched talent, work ethic, and cultural impact, none of which can be bought no matter how many Fox News segments you host. Critiquing black excellence because it doesn't come in a package you're comfortable with isn't edgy. It's tired. Beyonce didn't buy her success. She earned it through decades of dominance in an industry that rarely gives black women their due. You're not offering a critique. You're coping loudly. And then this one, y'all want to know why Megyn Kelly switched sides? Her more inclusive posts back in 2016 to 17 only got 100 likes. She sold her soul for clicks and likes. Trash. I think they misspelled polarizing. I think it's supposed to be polarizing. Here's a post from 2017. Not only is Mish DePrince a star ballerina, Beyonce handpicked her to choreograph her own dance in one of her music videos Sunday night. Eric Guster, it takes people like Kaepernick and Beyonce to speak out about oppression, to speak about people not being treated fairly. That back in 2016. Well, the evidence is all there, Megyn Kelly. Yeah, and the evidence is all there. In fact, I think this one pretty much sums you up. Watching the people Trump bullied cope by becoming insane bullies themselves has been an underexplored dynamic of the Trump era. And there you have it. Exactly. They say hurt people, but I never knew that you could have people at this level of our media landscape or at this level of our government just really reenacting the behavior of toddlers. Oh, she responded? It's not possible for me to bully Beyonce, literally one of the richest, most privileged, connected, famous people in the world. Now you I could bully, but your TDS is already torturing you, so we're good. Oh, so now Beyonce is rich and connected and all of that. Oh, okay. Now that you got dragged for filth and they done brought out the high school photos and the pre-op photos and now all of a sudden it's not possible for you to bully Beyonce. But that didn't keep you from trying to punch down at somebody else. You're literally bragging about the fact that you like to punch down on people, which again is as nonsensical as bragging about jeans. Now it makes perfect sense why you found this to be something that you could glom onto. Now I get it. Cause there's no pride to be taken in either. And I guess a complete lack of pride is how you wake up and make it throughout the day. So congratulations to you, Megyn Kelly. And you must feel so proud, American Eagle. Yeah, look at what you created. Yeah, you gave her a reason to walk around for another day in that bag. You most certainly did. Matter of fact, you can go ahead and take that bag and collect all of the positive memories I have from my childhood. They going right in that bag. Y'all knew exactly what it was. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe or even join if your heart is so moved. Shout out to all the people, by the way, that have responded to me at admin@reeswaters.com, volunteering your various services on the channel, be it for research or for editing. I even heard from Mr. Ray's hair weave. I'm gonna hit them up because I asked about a man unit. So y'all stay tuned, Mr. Ray's.
You can style it, sleep in it, even shampoo it. Let Mr. Ray give you softer, sexier hair today.
Just because you haven't heard from me doesn't mean you won't. I'm making my way through those emails as quickly as I can, so just bear with me. Speaking of which, a lot of you guys have sent in content suggestions. Is it me or racist of the week's just falling from trees these days?
Well, now you have to go with your insurance company on your truck, so I hope you have another car. Racism is expensive.
It's like we got way more open with our racism in 2025, huh? Imagine that.
We're approaching the dawn of America's golden age. It's going to be a golden age for America.
There have been so many, I can't turn them around fast enough. So I might have to start stacking my racist of the weeks, maybe give out like a gold, silver, and bronze. So just know if you see multiple topics, that's exactly what's happening. And I want to give a shout out to Steven, who sent me this photo with the note, "Love the show, a nightly ritual with the wife," with his discouraged, depleted, but never defeated mug. I love the photo and I appreciate the support even more. That mug and plenty more is available at reeswaters.com. By the way, I got to get out of here because I heard Frozen Smoke and Goshen making it rain again.